favorite food?
What was your favorite food?
Ramen. Okay, I think it's Asian food.
Noodles and steak.
I just love steak.
All those barbecue meat taste so delicious.
Ooh.
Spaghetti bolognese. I smashed it as a kid.
Taco.
黄油.
Hamburger. First of all, hamburger.
Shawarma. Yeah, shawarma.
Flood lane at Twickenham Lane, kind of like the flood that Ty Lue just put down upon Tainted Minds. If you're just joining us, we're live here from the Twickenham Stadium in the beautiful city of London, or I guess just on the outskirts, here for the Face It Asian Minors going into the Face It Major 2018. My name is Trace Saranthus, and I am your desk host as we coast right into this first elimination game of the day. It's going to be a best-of-3 bout, and I, for one, can't wait to get this bad boy started alongside of my colleagues here in Sponge and Bleh. Guys, we are teed up for 5-Power versus UNIQUESTARS, and it's got a chance to be explosive, or it's got a chance to be an absolute mess.
It could be a 3-mapper. I think there's a chance it could be a 3-mapper like the game we had yesterday in the lower bracket, Vici and I've forgotten who they were playing. How did I do that already?
Time flies.
When you're having fun, that's for sure.
Yeah. Boot.
That's right, Vici versus Boot.
I think it's going to be 2-0, though. I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
I'll tell you why. Because...
tell me why.
Jesus.
Ain't nothing. No.
All right, Bled, this is your opportunity to kind of silence Chad in the moment, and I would like you to seize this opportunity and take it away.
All right. The reason why I think it's going to be 2-0 is because UNIQUESTARS just look like a better team, right? Where even though they were playing against Tainted Minds, just ignoring how Tainted Minds and Ty Lue played those first two maps, just look at how UNIQUESTARS and 5-Power played. 5-Power didn't show anything crazy, right? It was just like some good aim coming in, a couple of rounds where, they had a couple of executes, whatnot. That's about it. But if you look at UNIQUESTARS, the composure they had when they were playing those T sides. They were playing against, I think Tainted Minds actually played a better CS than Ty Lue did on their respective opening maps. So I personally feel like UNIQUESTARS, they have the plus 1 stand-in versus 3 stand-ins. I think that's it.
That's a factor.
That's a factor.
That's a huge factor.
Screw everything else.
Because, yet again, if you don't have a game plan under wraps, well, then your opponent's never going to guess exactly how your game plan goes. So let's begin the discussion on 5-Power, a team that caught an L earlier, 16-11 against Ty Lue on Inferno. Not really how you want to start your day going through the lower bracket, but there is still redemption. There's still a chance for vindication as they battle their way here.
I guess as we build the point about 5-Power, we need to mention that they did qualify through the Southeast Asian quadrant.
Qualifier.
Quadrant.
Yeah, that's where they came
quadrant,
through.
all right.
But they have 3 stand-ins because of visa issues, right? So the fact of the matter is they have Kaze, I believe that's how you say it.
Kaze,
Kaze.
Japanese for wind. The more you know.
We would just say K's. But he's playing. He's an AWP player from Malaysia. I played against him back in the day. MVP CANAL, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Then we have the likes of QKA. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Kuka.
Yeah.
And then the other stand-in was Moxie, who used to play for Boot some time ago. Now these guys have come together, and we did see some star potential or some individual prowess, and then good fundamentals of just going to bomb sites and trading out as they played the opening game of the day. But the most important point here is the fact they're called 5-Power, and that seems like a similar name to a band that I may have listened to growing up, probably in the late 90s or early noughties. And then Hanson comes to mind.
Whoa. Back up. The early what?
Noughties. 0 noughties. The noughties.
Okay, whatever, dude.
All
right, nope. I knew you were going to try to fit that one into this segment somehow.
You're like a mute button.
Yeah,
it probably is.
Hit
it's
that red
one.
Oh, all right.
They say don't touch the red button, but in this case, it's probably better.
Yeah, but
5-Power having these stand-ins. Earlier, it was kind of, I don't want to say a
probably
blush
is.
hit
It's
that red button,
one.
but there was something there to show for themselves.
I just had the best idea.
No.
Okay.
What if we don't call them stand-ins? What if we call them
substitutes?
Standouts.
Okay. Well, that does it for Chad. We enjoyed having him on the desk. This is his last segment. We're going to be making an executive call to get him out of here.
The funny thing is, I think the team with the standards is better than the original team, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
And I'll tell you why. Everyone on this team can speak or at least understand Chinese to a pretty high level.
Okay, and that wasn't the case before?
No, because they had 2 Mongolians and a Thai player and I've heard their comms. They can understand Chinese, but there was always a huge mixture of English. And this one, they can actually comment Chinese properly. So, and in my books, comms is, you know, numero uno when it comes to Counter-Strike.
Pretty important, yeah.
So, I don't know, man. This could be pretty interesting.
There's something super special about this next team. So special that they're even named the Unique Stars. They're even just so unique in the point that they come from Israel. And obviously, we talked about the region earlier.
Indeed.
Or as Chad would say, the quadrant earlier that they come from.
The sector.
But them going into this matchup, we're expecting them to have a little bit of that explosiveness, having something to show for themselves.
They did really well in their decision-making. That's one of the things. When we got down to scrappy 3v3 situations, or even like situations where they had saved weapons, they would play off each other fantastically, and that's something definitely to be noted, because that is normally the harder thing, right, to make those decisions. It's easy to get a default. It's easy to have a set execute. Anybody can do that just by having a conversation and setting your positions. The harder thing is to play off your players and have the individuals understand how to work in scenarios that are unfolding, because those are endless. Those are infinite. You can never really quantify how a round is going to play out. But if you have the right reactions, you have the right protocols in place, good decision-making, and a loud and boisterous in-game leader who can tell you what you need to do and when, that's half the battle done.
And also the thing is, this might sound supremely simplistic, it might even sound stupid, but here's the thing. With the stand-in in place, and the way they're playing the Inferno CD side, they had a couple of good, nice rounds overall, but they did struggle a bit, let's be honest about it. The T side is really shown, and they had some pretty good comms going, a lot of composure. I like to here. I think for Unique Stars, the map pick is going to be very crucial here. Right? I wouldn't want to see a map where the CD side can kind of go for a steamroll thing, like a nuke or a train, for example. I would like to play a little bit more open maps where Inferno, it's not exactly CD side. The map can go either way depending on how you play the map. Then you have Cache, for example. You have Mirage. You have Dust 2. I think having these maps in the amongst the maps which are going to be picked coming up soon, I think that's going to favor them more than, let's say, a nuke coming in or a train coming in. Now, the reason I say this is because 5POWER, they don't really play the more tactical maps, like a nuke or a train, right? So just looking at the way the map's going to play out, I think this might actually favor Unique Stars. Setting aside the stand-in component as well.
From a veto standpoint, they are definitely favored, because when you bring in 3 new players, you're only going to look to play maps where the fundamentals are the only thing that matters, or one of the key components, like a Mirage, like a Cache, like a Dust 2. But these Unique Stars have a few more options to go with here, and that's why they should be in control of this matchup.
Plus, I don't want to say that they were absolutely fired the fork up earlier. They were ready to go. The coach was involved. Everybody's just real animate, and you could just feel the sort of the vibe around them, even watching them on your stream at home.
I think they're having Jihad.
I was just walking backstage, just going over to the bathroom, and I saw the 2 teams. There was 5POWER around in one corner. Were
they fighting?
No, they weren't fighting.
Oh, okay.
It was a gang fight.
It's Australia. It's Australia. But the 5POWER guys are like, we saw them in backstages in the green room. They're like relaxed, smiling, laughing, talking to each other. The Unique Star guys are pumped up. They're like, we're going to go in there. We're going to go in there, you know, and that's a good sign.
This is the Super Bowl, though, for these guys, right? And it should be for all of these teams in a lot of way, unless you're the likes of Tyler and Renegades, who, if this should be just another day at the office. Obviously, to qualify for a major is the biggest thing. It's the most prestigious thing in Counter-Strike, but they already know that their level's above these squads. For a like of Unique Stars, obviously, it's a little bit different for 5POWER because they are just a mixed team coming together to do the best they can in a bad situation. But for Unique Stars, this is a chance to prove that that region, that quadrant, you know, knows how to play Counter-Strike, and like I said, their Super Bowl. That's a term coined by Lurpus. I was mixing Tommy and term, and we got that
Toim.
We got Toim.
But we also have a head-to-head that's not necessarily. I guess we do have some Toim for that. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting some sort of weird accent. I've been hanging around Sponge way too much. But anyway, let's take a look at our head-to-head and see the 2 players in Anarchies and Ks that we're going to talk about here, because both these players could have the potential to have a huge impact. And obviously, if the stats, I mean, we can look at the maps played. It's not, the relevance of the stats at this point are kind of
yikes. Yeah, yikes. Okay, the 2 offers. That's one thing.
Yeah, we can look at that.
Yeah, we can look at that. Anarchez actually played. He wasn't a part of this team earlier. They played the Middle East qualifiers, and they actually qualified. And they're like, oh, all right, yeah. And they never had an offer till then. So he's in. He's in now, and he's the main AWP Guy Traxman. That's a pretty cool name. Sounds almost like a comic book name, by the way. And then we have Kaze Andrew Kong. He was a star player in Flash Gaming when he was playing alongside Fancy/Summer. I refuse to call him Summer. And all these guys, and he's been a star player, right? We saw him; he was hitting some really nice shots and whatnot.
Best Malaysian player, I would say.
Best Malaysian player to come out in CS:GO. Yeah, I agree with that on that. So it's going to be And also, if it's going to go down to maps we're going to think it's going to go down to, like a Mirage, like a Dust 2, like those open maps and all that, these two players, they could do some damage. They're going to be instrumental to see which team is going to come on through.
But again, earlier they were facing off in a BO1, so now it's going to be a best of 3. Are they going to have it kind of changes the entire parameters of the thing,
of course,
right? Yeah. Because you might do it on one map, but then again, you might also get a bad pick in the ban and the veto process, in which you're kind of left in the bad foot.
It is a bit of a mystery in the sense of when you're Unique Stars, it's like, well, we have no idea what they consider their best map because they technically don't have a best map.
And 5POWER as well. Unique Stars really don't have that many games on HLTV either.
So there's not a huge database to look into here when you're prepping for this. So
safe.
When you have these scenarios go down, that's why we're saying that it's probably more likely that 5POWER will just go for safe picks, whereas Unique Stars can pull anything, a map that they're confident on, a map that they practice a lot on, and that can surprise and be not an upset factor because both teams here are extremely unknown. But they can pull out. It's a trump card in a lot of ways.
A trump card.
We can immediately see like the more tactical maps getting taken gone. It's like this is going to be a firefight, boys. Let's see how it goes. So overpass out of the picture. You got a picture.
So train.
This is surprising.
That's the next, I guess, in the list being tactical maps. You have that and Inferno probably on relative par for the remainder of the maps here. So this is where I'm going to expect 5POWER to go with, okay, I was going to say either Mirage or a Cache, maybe even a Dust 2 in the mix, but Mirage would be one that's more played. This is where I think it's much easier for individuals to take over because everybody can react in the mid-rounds.
Yeah. And also, if you look at Train, right, look, it's a map where, yeah, you like it's a tactical map and whatnot, but here's the thing. If, and the stand-in, I forgot his name, he actually did he did a pretty decent job. Now, if you put him in a good spot, to play on Train, the rest of the team, they know what they're going to do, right? So this could actually really work out. If they get a huge lead on the CT side, they can pretty much stomp them. What I'm surprised about is the fact that 5POWER banned out Cache and taken Inferno. It's almost like both these teams are like, yeah, our Inferno's not that bad.
I guess they were happy with their earlier performances, maybe. They both thought that they put up a decent showing.
We got 11 rounds against Tyloo.
Yeah.
Let's go, you know?
Well, they were able to trade off each other very well. That was one of those things which I thought was a positive, that they played as a pack and traded and took over bomb sites and that kind of scenario, Trace.
Yes, the scenarios that we're trying to paint here, the pictures that we're trying to paint, and ultimately I need to ask you guys again, who do you got? 3, 2, 1.
Unique Stars. He can't count.
Okay. Sorry, I know it's a little difficult. Yeah, I think Unique Stars have a unique story, and it would be surely cool to see them go forward on in this bracket. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to call them Jan. I'm not going to call them Dan and James, but I'm going to call them the iconic Face It casting duo that you've grown to love and learned to like over the years.
Dames.
Dames.
Maybe you should turn your microphone on. There we go.
What does that mean? Learned to like. That means that suggests that they were without choice.
You are an acquired taste then.
Well, you.
I taste delicious. What can I say? Train is going to be the first map of this best of 3, and it looks like 5POWER will be starting on the CT side. I think it's hard not to pick Unique Stars for this, all things considered. Dan, where do you stand or sit?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the 5POWER played really well on Inferno with the stand-ins, so that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Obviously, Tyloo made some mistakes and did give them opportunities, but they had a good counter strike. They weren't just playing like super puggy, and it kind of was a good look. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll let the action do the talking for us as we are into the first round of this best of 3. Shao Sage on the B site, and a Reggie Insanity with the push. He will die. He'll die as Inferno will take over at Popdog very quickly. And this poses a huge problem because Unique Stars can rotate to B really quickly from this position if they want to sort of fake out their opponents. Oh, that's a great pick.
Kuka has got some problems here. He is surrounded if he tries to exit the situation. Hanekes will get picked off, but now Kuka and Kays are on their own. Nurse has got the wide angle and the held position. He can allow his teammates to engage first or engage first himself. Kuka on the site. Right, it does not look good for 5POWER. There's one shot, 20 HP for Kuka. One more to frag to find. Looking for the defuse kit, there it is. What's he doing? Back and forth he goes. Oh, Infernal doesn't need to peek. Let him touch the bomb, let him stand on the bomb. Nice.
Right, so yeah, definitely the poker player in me. I just see a good hand. I see a good hand there. Kuka will adjust.
What game do you play with 3 cards, Dan?
Well, I only play.
Is there something you want to tell us?
But I just.
That's 2 cards.
Yeah, I know, but when I see capital QKA, I'm just thinking a poker there. Let's see if they can. Oh, nice! There you go.
Nice.
The barrage of HEs purchased, invested in. Light investment, not going for the full force buy. Just a small little bit of utility use, and they've done huge damage. They got a kill. They've taken chunks out of Ponct and Infernal. And they've got an additional kill too. Shao Sage will pick himself up an AK. He's got a Molotov. He's definitely got options to get an additional kill out here. And he's going to be racing back to that B side as he sees the rotation coming in. Can Shao Sage get some more damage in? 1 more kill would already be fantastic, considering the lack of investment. They're going to have a strong first buy, which is really encouraging, unless they buy up next round, which I really hope is not the case. But Shao Sage actually has the helmet and Kevlar. My goodness, he can do some damage. Oh, shot straight in the face. And that will be 2-0 for UNIQUESTARS.
So far, so good for UNIQUESTARS. USP round. To come for 5 power, the P250 will be collected here and there. Infernal off to a good start with 5 kills. Train will be an interesting map. I think Train will be, T-side of Train will be a good indicator as to where UNIQUESTARS might be as a team. So I look forward to seeing the buy rounds in terms of timing and so on. Not an easy map to deal with.
Yeah, we know to look out for Nerds. So far, he had a really good performance earlier. And Ponct played pretty well too. I liked his CT play on Inferno. So it's a very fast take of the outside bomb train, and there's not too much they can do. Kaze will try his luck with the P250, and he will strike true. That's very nice. Doesn't win a prize though.
Nerds needs a gun called D's Nerds.
D's Nerds.
Like his AK or something. I'm a genius.
They are doing a lot of damage for very little investment. This is beautiful for 5 power. Oh my god, Kaze gets even more damage with that P250. How many players are they going to kill? Nerds is going to walk into Insanity. He will be eliminated, but Kaze is looking for additional weaponry. Can he find something else? No, but he will take a MAC-10, which he will promptly discard, I should think. Indeed. Upgrade the MAC-10, turn it into craft. Use the MAC-10 to craft an AWP. Or
could use a MAC-10 in the pop dog position, although you may prefer better weapons if you have to rotate. MAC-10 will be less than desirable, and it is an unnecessary risk for a CT side, and 5 power certainly have intentions with these 2 AWPs. Hello.
Oh my god, that was a very late timing and a very fast one from UNIQUESTARS. Kaze and Kuka will be able to get a couple kills as the T's make their way in. They cannot do anything against these AWPs. Kaze will get another one. Nertz has been eliminated. Now it's Anarquez trying to get some additional damage for his team, but they will get shut down. 5 power. Despite losing the first 3 rounds, they made every round painful for UNIQUESTARS, and UNIQUESTARS can't really buy in this round. I mean, they can do a half buy of sorts, but AK is picked up, but are they forcing it up? Yes, they are. Okay.
That was a surprising turnaround after the pop dog engagement. UNIQUESTARS, they have some grenades here. Yeah, Kaze all over the shop with the AWP. We are into the game. So can we get into the game, please? Yeah, we're like 20 seconds into the game, guys. 3 rifles and 2 pistols for UNIQUESTARS. Kaze has pushed through the IV position. He won't see anything. And this may send players towards the B-bomb site. That is where UNIQUESTARS are headed ever so slowly but surely. There's a trade with the P250. Insanity wants to deploy his grenade, but the second guessing, Infernal's gone straight past him. Hasn't even checked a very common position. And he won't get any frags out of that. Specs now on his own, 1 versus 2, however. He's in CT spawn, but the bomb... Oh, it's a side plant. This could be... Oh, UNIQUESTARS, man. They got the tricks.
Specs coming in from the back. Are they checking for this? They must be, surely, at this point. He spots the T's. The smoke goes down. Long range spray. Oh, God, he can't quite find it. Oh, that sucks for Specs. It was a great opportunity, but it has gone a miss. And what the hell was going on there around the bomb train? Both the CT and the T not checking the first spot you check for both players. But like a T's supposed to check that spot, and the CTs are supposed to expect to get pushed from that position. That's really crazy. Neither of them looked. That's so weird.
I guess they assumed it was one player on the side and everybody else rotating. Yeah, the spray in the smoke is tough because they could be on either side of where you think the bomb is. So the taps and bursts may be more prudent. It's unfortunate for UNIQUESTARS. It was a nice idea, and you could see they force bought with intention. But now they are on the pistols, and it's time for 5POWER to make that cash.
Even in the rounds that 5POWER have lost, they looked like they were winning. And so in my head, it's almost like a 5-0 right now. Obviously, it's not. It's just the fact that they had very, very little investment, but were still like getting loads of kills every single round. It looks like they always had presence, and that's really cool because, you know, it feels really good when you feel like every round you're able to do stuff. You're able to accomplish things. You're getting kills, even if you have a USP. You're picking up a kill. You're creating problems. You're having presence. You're in the game, and because it can be kind of demoralizing sometimes when you get shut out, and then you have to have 2 saves and you can't do anything with the saves. But 5POWER, every single round, they've gotten loads of damage on their opponents. And the double ops worked out really well, because as you said, there was a really weird situation when UNIQUESTARS pushed outer really fast and instantly killed the Pop Dog player. But they still managed to crush the round, 5POWER.
Kaze not hitting the mark on that occasion. It looks like he wants to go back. If I remember correctly, he was really aggressive on Inferno, and he was not shy for the repeaks, and he'll continue to do so. This is a really tough repeak, scoped in already, and UNIQUESTARS have the numbers, and I don't know how much of that Kaze was even able to see. Almost a full rotation from the CTs, relying on Shao Sage to hold down the rotation, and he will delay players for the time being. UNIQUESTARS have no map control beyond the showers area. Still spreading out above B. Now as time ticks on, the 5POWER may have to spread back towards A, and indeed they're doing that. Moxie having a look towards Ivy.
2 smokes left on the T's now at this point. Kuka watching Insanity's back. Insanity has his back to that upper position, just focusing on the slope. And there are flashbang smokes and a Molotov to be deployed here for the T's. Looks like they have every intention of pushing into this B-bomb site. Insanity. It's going to be the first point of contact here. We'll get flashed. Oh, they don't actually kill him immediately. There's a slight delay, but they'll get the job done. Nice catch there from Kuka. He's got players, though, advancing very quickly on the high ground, which he didn't spot. And now that's a big problem. A 1v3 here for 5POWER. How much can Moxie get out of this? Another couple kills would be so useful. Moving forwards. Oh, that's really clean onto Pongs. The AWP, though, that's going to be the problem.
Are they set up correctly? Yes, they are. And that will be the round for UNIQUESTARS. What are the implications for the CT money? Ooh, it's an interesting 3 players of the 5 can buy for 5POWER. They could put somebody, if they bought, they could put somebody in the... If they go for a fast pop dog play with a CZ, for example, that could be enough. The fast fire rate, hold the angle so you shoot people straight in the head in the positions where they usually go down. Let's see what I choose to... Ooh, they've gone all the way all in with the double AWPs. Nobody in the pop dog position. So if you make a fast play as a T towards main, you can see if the CTs make a play towards pop or not, so you can get in there quickly. Of course, that has its own risks. CT's not out of this round just yet. 2 smoke grenades upper B, just dissipating now. Infernal walking up the Ivy position with only 3 5POWER players remaining. Insanity at Old Bomb, Moxie and CT spawn. Although I think Infernal should have some sound cues from an Insanity repositioning.
So very quiet right now. It's down to the T's to get position, and the CTs feel quite comfortable with theirs. Insanity blocked off by a smoke. Still undiscovered. They don't know that he's there, 100%. Throw some more nades, though. They'll push into the bomb sites. Oh, Shao Sage. Actually getting what he wants there.
There's good control for UNIQUESTARS to plant the bomb with players towards Ivy and Pop. Moxie at the back, rotating towards Connector. Will Insanity be expected? Moxie's gone away towards B, which is confusing, but he's back, and Insanity has spotted one of these players, but will he be ready for Infernal? This is going to catch him completely off guard, but Infernal jumps the gun there, misses a shot entirely, and that leaves Anarkez in a really awkward spot. Now he's waiting for the cross, as you can see, but he will see it. He will hear Insanity closing the distance, but that bomb is very, very thick, so he can dance around. Nobody on the bomb. He hears the AWP. Tries to... Ooh, he maybe would have caught him saving. But it will be another round in the bag for UNIQUESTARS. Got to be careful.
I was about to say, like, he's just acting like...
Yeah, that's very careless of him.
Yeah.
He knows the guys
really
around
weird.
Ivy, so he's... Yeah, I think... maybe he's covered from that position.
I don't know. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
he's covered. Yeah, he's just about covered. Looks worse than it was.
Either way, it is going to be 5-3. The AWP has been saved, of course, but a quick push into the B sites is the medicine that UNIQUESTARS need in this round. So a nice ding coming in onto Punks with that USP. Oh my god. P250, let's go. Kuka does excellent amounts of damage, will get sprayed from the high position. Nertz is on the case. Specs will go down to Pop Dog. And that's a big problem because that's a gun collected on the flank now. An AWP in play on Moxie as well. So if they continue to push towards the connector position, they may just get taken down in an untradeable fashion. And they'll back away for the side plant.
I was going to say, Anarkez needs to get that bomb down because he is on the same channel as Nertz, who can look ahead of him. And now the bomb is down. There was a pop flash play attempted by the T's, but Nertz was the one who ate the flash. And now Nertz is alone. He's got the sound cues. You can see him moving around. But he has to get off this channel. Ooh, there. Oh my god!
Nice.
What in the blazes? That is not a round that UNIQUESTARS were supposed to lose at all.
What a round. Big plays from Kuka with that P250, opening up the rounds very nicely for 5-Power. That is quite the win.
Credit to the flash from his teammate, though, as well.
Crushes the economy of UNIQUESTARS. And 5-Power, they're going to be able to get to the AWPs. Obviously, they saved 2 guns there, and they're going to have some money left over. So that's beautiful for them. That's absolutely the best way to get back into a game. Winner save rounds. That solitary AWP, we talk about it, it's dangerous. And it works out for 5-Power. Quick B explosion, but Kuka spotted it. He's going in for more against the pistols. He's absolutely crazy. Giving up the AWP now to the T's. Good damage though.
This is still a tough spot for UNIQUESTARS. The bomb plant would be a bonus. Just about goes down there. I think Kuka maybe thought he was at a point of no return and his teammates would clean up. There are mollies and smokes here. And HE grenades for the CC side. Ooh, perhaps he can connect the rifle. He's got an AWP. Oh my.
What is happening?
They must know he's in the smoke though, so surely he is doomed. He is indeed. And there is the round. That was fun though.
That was interesting. So is it Shao Sage? Would it be Shao Sage instead of Shao Sage?
Don't know.
Because it's Kaze.
Is it?
Yeah. That's what they said on the desk at least, which would make sense to be honest.
I don't know. We need to go and ask. But you're saying it in Japanese. The Chinese.
I don't know how I'm saying it. I'm just saying it how they said on the desk.
Until I hear otherwise, I'm going to say Shao Sage.
It's really hard to know with some of the Asian languages. But Japanese is simple enough, though. That I'd be confident with. But Moxie, you'll start things off pretty effectively. Takes down Ponkt. Insanity with a nice forward position. It's nice to do this every so often. And it does seem like the T's likely won't suspect this. Oh, okay. Nicely done. Infernal will check it. Good spray through from Nertz, clearing out the bomb train. Oh, the leg shot from Moxie. That is quite disappointing for him, but not for Nertz. He's had quite the round there. A trio of kills. Shao Sage was one. More to go, though. Oh, that nade will be big. That is Nertz absolutely dead. But no more for Shao Sage.
Goodbye, my friends.
They could buy, actually. Kuka could get an orb, and Kevlar. Yeah, they're going to do it. This is beautiful from Nertz. It's a lovely trio of kills.
Nice. 5POWER. They've got some smokes. They've got the AWP on Kuka. Specs ponked. And then Akez towards the B bomb site. There are some interesting angles looking from behind the showers towards the back of B where Specs is now in terms of AWP duels. I won't offer to explain them to you, but just look out for them in different matches. Now Kuka over towards B as well. Shao Sage wins his battle. Ponks will remain in the upper area, waiting for another peek. Kaze's gone for those aggressive peeks before, so you never know. Kaze, though, is over towards the Ivy position. And he doesn't have his sniper rifle. 3 players coming to Ivy, so he may have some action soon. The second player has the bomb, so we have to keep an eye on what is seen and what is unseen. Look at the timing. Moves away at the wrong time. Ponks is offering a fake towards the B bomb site, and it's almost a full rotation. Insanity and Kaze now very out of position, and they will loudly move back. And it's going to be a nasty surprise for Kaze. Not sure if we saw the bomb in a def cam. Now, Pop Dog is a problem for the T's as they try to get this bomb down, as well as Kuka being on the site itself. They've got 20 seconds to move into A. Or rotate to B. Ponks is in the middle of B.
And that's probably the biggest problem, that time issue. Insanity's watching for the bomber, and the bomber's hit the ground again. And that's that. Ponks will come in on the flank, but he is way too late for this one. That bunch of NIP stickers.
Perhaps they felt there was no time to wrap towards the B bomb site. I mean, there could have been people in CT spawn as well. It's a common enough position, especially when you take Ivy almost for free. Well, when you take it for free, but there was a rotation in that round. But we see, again, with stand-ins, of course, it's going to be harder not to over-rotate, as we saw in part of that round. But now Unique Stars are on the pistols. 6 rounds on the board on the T side. Who do you think this favours at the moment?
I don't know, mate. It's very hard with these two teams. 5POWER have impressed me, though. They're playing really well with the stand-ins. And to have 3 stand-ins is no small task to overcome, and they're playing really well. Obviously, there is some firepower on the team, which is what we've seen. So I'm kind of, like, you know, there's a small part of me that's kind of rooting for the fact that they're trying to play, you know, really proper Counter-Strike in a hard condition. And here comes a quick burst from Unique Stars, who will... I wonder if they'll be able to get the bomb down here. There is a pretty strong possibility. There's no incendiary from the CTs to deny it. So, indeed, it's going to go down and still do some damage before they finally fall. There's another plague down. Oh, this is a very timely push from Ponkt. Or maybe not. Insanity ready for that one. And 7 rounds for 5POWER. So really, really close on the scoreline.
I think that 5POWER are probably going to have some difficulty on the T side of Train. How do you play T side of Train effectively with a bunch of stand-ins? I mean, you can decide who throws what smoke grenade, for example, into the A site, but if Unique Stars take an aggressive response towards those smokes, then I can't imagine 5POWER will be able to deal with such things. So, in that sense, I think 5POWER need the 9-6 pretty badly. And it will be an uphill struggle from there if they don't win the pistol. So I think it's... Unique Stars may have the power, although they don't have the guns in this particular round. So 5POWER, the 9-6 will be a very good look for them, if they can make it there.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem that way. And... I don't know, I have a good feeling about 5POWER somehow. Liking what I've been seeing from them so far. Infernal looking to get some just some tiny bit of damage on there. Just one more frag. Denied with the USP.
Tiny bit of damage.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Just one kill. Good money for Unique Stars going into the final round. AWP is an option if they want it. Double ops for 5POWER. The double ops have worked out really well for them. We've yet to see anything too catastrophic from that perspective. They've been performing pretty well. Unique Stars taking a timeout in the very last round of the first half to work out what they want to do here. Interestingly, Nertz will be on a Galil, so he can have full nades. Which I do find kind of interesting because I think it was Ponct who had 6k in the bank. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't do the math when they had all the money. But I felt like they could have had a better buy somehow, but I guess not. So Galil for AKs it is, full nades, and looking to go for some very fast outside pressure, but it's a great start here for 5POWER.
Ponct will trade the kill onto Moxie. There are 3 smokes down in the middle of the site. So we'll be A with smokes for the last round. Shahzade trying to do what he can around those smokes, and Specs will be protected by the train structure, and there is the CT taken out. QK now has much to do, misses his flick. He has Kaze as well. 2 AWPs, the jump peak is not punished. These players are low, but these flicks are not really hitting the mark here for 5POWER. And now QK is alone. Absolute carnage, and things start to slow down as Unique Stars run out of grenades. Both low, but it is inconsequential at this point. One spotted on the high ground. No need to keep peeking though. That HE should be good. Oh, not quite.
1 HP. Oh, that is robbery. He deserved that one.
And there is another round for Unique Stars. Anakiz leading the charge, 17 for 11. But Kuka was the man for the CTs, 18 for 11. And now the teams will switch sides. I do wonder what we can expect from 5POWER. I do think the 9-6 was sorely needed. They got the 8-7. So the pistol round isn't quite the death sentence it might otherwise be.
Yeah, again, considering that 5POWER lost the pistol on the first half, it is impressive. I agree that they have been doing quite well. And Unique Stars, I wonder how their defense will look. 5POWER, I would expect a lot of A pushes, like fast A rounds with smokes, because I would be surprised if the 5POWER players do not know the smokes outside. That is sometimes the question, though, when you have a team like this, the ragtag group that has been assembled last minute, that perhaps there's going to be players that won't know smokes that they might need to know.
Well, hopefully they will check that in advance of the map starting.
Yep.
4 players in the A bomb site for Unique Stars with these pistols. The smoke grenade down towards Ivy. Will they go through the smoke? No, they're going to go towards the site instead. CZ is out, but Unique Stars making it look easy. 3 players, oh, there's 2 players will get the cheap upgrade for the helmet. Ponct and Nertz. And that will allow the rifles to come out for both those players.
Yeah, so it'd be cool to see a Moxie, PT50, Kevlar, and some nades, because he would be the only person that could get everything. But he goes for the Scouts instead, which is also a fine choice, if he can get the shots to connect. And QK just goes straight out there, trying to get something with a Deagle. He's denied. Can 5POWER make this competitive despite losing both pistols? Ooh, opportunity. Sanity will push forwards. Has attracted the attention of Anarkez as well.
That's such a smart peek from Specs though. While he's reloading, he has a quick look to see if anybody's there, trying to close the distance as he's reloading. So Unique Stars, they have the spatial awareness, and that's really awesome to see. Moxie going for some pot shots. The only man making noise really on the 5POWER team at the moment. And the question for Unique Stars is, where are the other 3 players? What are they trying to do?
CTs are aware that they do not really have to do anything. It's the Ts that need to close the distance and get the bomb planted. Time is against them. And yeah, just checking everything. Good coverage of all these angles, really making it difficult for 5power. Big spray comes in. Oh, hello. There we go. Kaze gets one at the very least. Nice tag coming in. Deagle finishes it off from Moxie. So they will at least get 2 kills, which is an okay minimum. But it is a minimum with that investment, because the CTs are now ready to reclaim all the damage that was, or well, make up for all the damage that was done in this round.
UNIQUESTARS seem ready. I like the off angles being played towards the holding angles towards the Olaf position. So they will not be getting pre-fired in this round. Well, in the previous round. We'll see if 5power adjusts when it's time to buy. It will be the numbers game. 1 flashbang. Nakaz is there with the USP, not getting much done. And Ponct will look to clean things up. Hello. Goodbye. Speaking of goodbye, okay, all of a sudden it's a 1 versus 2. What the hell's happened in this round? Infernal, it's got to be careful. 53 HP. Could take 55 from the Deagle. Kuka 1 HP now. Could be killed by a flashbang.
If he gets another kill, that would be genius. They may check. Someone might look from connector, so he could.
He's gonna crater.
No. He's fine. Look at that. Down the ramp he goes. Very responsible. This full rotation's amazing. Do they hear this though? Doesn't look like they do.
Infernal's heard him.
Ah.
Or has he? Specs has gone into Pop Dog. Yeah, they've heard him. And there he goes. 1 HP. Did his best.
Respect the attempt to like get something else out of that. They did well. I mean, again, like these rounds, they're somehow getting. They should not get any kills in these rounds, but they're managing to find them. They got 3. So they got 3 kills there and 2 kills in the previous round. That's actually really good going. Because now the AKs are out, we can see that if UNIQUESTARS lose this round, it's going to be pretty hard to. Well, they won't have a full buy in the next round, so they've created a chance with that round. Have 5power. Ouch.
It's a nice start for the CTs. Although it did not last very long, did it?
Oh no! Oh dear. This is really interesting. You know, Nertz is showing that he's up there with all those sound cues. Do 5power. Yeah, I was going to say, Moxie, this is really awesome. Just pushing out into the A yard. Okay, he's got the spot there. If he wins this fight, that's huge. The bomb is now coming to the A bomb site. Kuka is looking to hunt down Nertz as he hears him run away. Oh, beautiful frag from Moxie. And Kuka might be able to catch one, go and connect. Oh, just misses him by a slither.
There's plenty of info for his team. How does he close the distance, though? It seems that Nertz may have heard him. Jumping from train to train. Just waiting for it. Even the flashbang for his teammate, but not going to work out. 2 versus 2 now. Moxie is heavily tagged. Nertz trying to get something done. And here is Specs coming in from the back. And now it's Kaze with the AWP. He has the angle. There is a Molotov, though, to force him from his position. Does he stand in the flames? He will burn in the flames. And that will be round number 11 for UNIQUESTARS. The AWP, I'm sure, will be collected. Yeah, Specs has picked it up. And there is the round for UNIQUESTARS. 8 to 11. They've been to difficult rounds for them, but it's 4 from 4 so far for the CT team. The bomb plant will allow 5power to go pretty much for a force buy. And again, this is something that we've spoken about in the previous week. All rifles and very low on utility.
Yeah, they were really close there. If one of those AWP shots connects at the end, probably a bit too tough to win that for UNIQUESTARS. Not too many grenades indeed on these Ts. That will make life quite difficult. Flash goes down, tries to face with it, discovers that there are 2 players there. There's even another one for support to offer up a defense from Ali. Long range, but Nertz. They are doing really well here. UNIQUESTARS are holding 5power at bay. Oh, if only they had a Molotov to push Nertz back out of Pop Dog. Kaze will get the kill, but there's no nades left.
One minute mark. 2 players remaining. No grenades. Got to walk into angles. Speaking of angles, Ponks has his, but he loses. Maybe that off angle is being expected now. Sometimes you've got to mix it up. A shadow seen. But it's Kaze's spleen on the floor. 4 rounds between the two sides now. And the money is not there for 5-power. UNIQUESTARS in a position to pull away late in the first map.
Yeah, it's not over till it's over though, and although I would say that it has seemed a bit of a struggle for 5-power so far to get something going consistently on the T side. They had a couple rounds where they could get outside, and I think that's probably going to be the ticket for them to swing back. But nothing has been working really well for them. And these pistols, usually reliable for some damage, are finding nothing in this round. Kaze, last man standing.
Mr. Kong. Monsieur. Try and get everything possible out of this round. Any damage is good damage. It's a good $6,000 per person on this UNIQUESTARS team. What do we talk about now?
Well, he's about to die. Grim Reaper is coming for him. How did he get a dink there? Just pap pap. No bomb, unfortunately. No extra money for his team. Flank imminent. He can kill the flanker, perhaps. But a little bit too late to react to that, and that'll be 13 rounds for UNIQUESTARS. And soon, they will be victorious. 3 more rounds. A mere 3 more rounds, whereas an 8 more rounds for 5-power looks a lot more difficult, especially because they haven't found a consistent approach to this T side just yet. They're struggling to get into positions where they can plant the bomb or just generally trade out effectively. And this fast outside play could be the way that they could do it, but you see the orbs on the angle. Now Kaze posts himself up on it as well, but it's too late.
Oh, Infernal's gone straight for a flank from the B bomb site as well with 4 players in A. Specs with a nice headshot. I think the T side of train was always going to be difficult with this many stand-ins. And it continues to be so. 4 versus 3. Kuka spotting a player, sniffing something. Ponks is being taken out. Infernal, does he commit to the flank here? He's got to do something quickly. There's a Molotov in Popdog for the time being. But look where the bomb is. That's a big frag from Kaze. Does he go for the... Oh, no, the smoke is down. Can't get anything. 1 versus 1. Infernal could be anywhere. He has to assume he's coming from the B bomb site. But the longer this goes on, the more places he could come from. Kaze has a whole minute on the clock, though, to try and clear out some of these locations. When will Inferno start to get curious? Surely he will hear a weapon being picked up from where he's standing. He'll have an idea. Holding a super tight angle. Does Kaze plant back trains? Does he go towards B? Still 35 seconds for him to figure something out. Could Infernal be in connector? Infernal starting to wonder now. Starting to move around. Does he walk into connector as well?
It's crazy that he's 100 health, 100 armor, and he's got 4 kills under his belt already. And then comes Infernal from the pop dog position, and Kaze's going to have an angle on this. Oh, this is brilliant. He's worked it out. He's got a great position. And there's some fantastic damage. Not touched a single time, and gets all 5 kills to save his team in this round. That is phenomenal play. What a standout this man has been.
That is huge. Holding his angles, trading.
This is nice.
That was a really nice frag. Then at the end, put himself in a position to win, and he did so. Now, there is an opportunity for 5-power to break the money of UNIQUESTARS, and then the catch-up would really be on. Nerds quickly, carefully moving into the pop dog position. He will hear a lot of sound towards the B bomb side, but no one's really in a position to rotate. Well, Attic is now coming through connector. And there's Nert picked off. Does that send 5 power back to A? No, they'll make their way into the B bomb site. Inferno with a 2-man spray down. The bomb is on the B bomb site. Kaze seems to have created or something.
Yep.
I think he might have mollied himself. I'm not sure which one it is, but Kuka, I think Ponkt may have heard him rotating from underneath or in the main position. But Kuka's gone out to A. The bomb's on B. But again, there is time on the clock here, so perhaps he can line up 1, maybe 2 frags, and then he may really be on for it. He might hear Specs, who is still peeking him both ways. There we go, 50 HP now, Kuka. The last 2 players will reposition. 48 seconds for him to do this.
There is actually time, crazily enough. But he has to be very cognizant of the time. He can't walk out in everywhere. He's got to be forcing the action here, because the CTs will never peek him. Or they shouldn't be peeking him. They should just set up for a trade and force him really deep. Make sure that he's really committed. He's got 20 seconds now to get that bomb, and he will be eliminated. 14 rounds for Unique Stars, and after Kaze's heroic efforts, getting 5 kills and securing the round previous, now they get reset as a result. And Unique Stars are well positioned to make it happen, and indeed, the crater. Oh dear. So, a handful of utility, a few CZs. That's all they have to offer this round's 5 power, and they'll continue on towards Ali with those.
Yeah.
It's been a forward smoke, however. This is going to be really tough for them. It's a pretty strong start from Specs.
Not bad, Mr. Specs.
Specs.
3 pistols remain for 5 power to stave off game points. The next map is Mirage between these 2 sides. Ooh, Annika's just moving before taking his shot. Maybe doing the same once again. Stuck on a ladder now, but the cover is there. Specs is all over this round. 4 kills for him. And then Ponkt will get the last one. Game points for Unique Stars. Just the 1 round 1 in this half of 5 power. That was fun. Well, what do they have to offer? How much money is there? Not a whole lot. This is an awful buy for 5 power. They have enough smokes for an execute into the A site, but for the most part, they seem to be headed beyond the Showers position. Will it be a B play, perhaps?
Marquez going for that, repositioning, looking to work the upper areas. Not sure if he's given his spot away already, but Inferno will come in, and that's a beautiful frag there, just coming up with the surprise. And then Marquez also picks up the potential trade fragger for his teammate. So that's a quick 4v3 in favor of Unique Stars here. The Deagle is dropped as well. Kaze, he is the standout, but now he's been made to stand down, and it's up to Kuka. 1v4. Sure, it's not too bad. Okay, never mind. 16-9, the first map will go to Unique Stars. They played it well. 30 kills for Anarquez.
Yeah, very nice by him, and I think that had to be a win for Unique Stars, especially when they moved to the CT side. 5 power with so many stand-ins on the T side of train, I do not think so. But, I mean, they had 1 or 2 opportunities here and there. If they got to 10 rounds, they probably would have broken the money of the CT side at the same time, and then who knows? But Unique won those important rounds towards the end there, and they will move to Mirage 1-0 up. We will see you back here after the break.